It's going to be very important that you get your billing feature set up correctly before you actually start billing your customers. So we're going to go through a few of the steps in billing to get that set up correctly. So I'll go into billing. First thing you'll want to take a look at under maintenance is freight billing setup. You can open this window and go ahead and read through the different options. It's just a few different options that you can pick and choose from as far as the output that your freight bill is going to look like, and then some posting options such as use the invoice date as the general ledger posting date. You can have it prompt you for a date, or you could have it default to use the delivery date as the bill date. So go ahead and read through those, pick and choose which ones that you would like, and then hit OK. The next thing you'll want to do under maintenance is go to the print setup. So under maintenance, you'll see freight bills print setup, and it'll say bill print setup. When I click on this, by default it's set to LaserJet, which 99.9% of the time you will use. We don't recommend Dot Matrix, but there are a few companies out there that still use it, which is why it's there. It defaults to plain paper, assuming that you want Truckwind to print the company name and address in the upper left-hand corner. If you have paper that already has your logo on it and information, you would choose pre-printed paper. You will not choose customized bill unless we have customized a freight bill for you. And you would go ahead and click OK. The next thing under maintenance is payment address for customers. This is what's going to print in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. In this example here, I've entered a factoring company. This is where you could enter your factoring company name and address in, and that will allow you to have that printed on your invoice for you if customers are to remit payment to your factoring company. If you do not use a factoring company, this screen would have your company information. So you would just type the name of your company, your address, all of your information on here. The bottom it says greeting comment limited to 2 lines of 50 characters. Here's where you can type in anything that you want printed on your freight bill, such as due immediately or net 30. You can type that in here and that will print on your invoices for you. The next thing you'll want to do is set up the Auto Pro Number inside billing. So under maintenance, you'll go to Auto Pro Number. There is a list of options in here, and I'll briefly touch on each one. You will choose whichever option fits your needs best. The top one is set the automatic invoice to use trip number. It's going to bring up a warning that says this option cannot be used if you will be assigning more than one order to a trip. This would be your LTL loads if you're combining loads onto one trailer, because each order would require a unique invoice number. So if you're not doing LTLs, you can use the top one. The next one would be sequential numbering, which is self-explanatory. It would just increase by 1 each time. Leading year and month would give you a date and month before the sequential numbering. Leading characters, you can go ahead and type in 5 characters up to 5 that you want at the beginning before the sequential numbering. Use the system assigned order as the invoice number. Or you have the option to do not use automatic invoice numbering. If you choose the last option, you will be required to type in an invoice number each time that you do billing. And once you have those set up under maintenance, you would actually be ready to go ahead and start invoicing your customers.